Hey Thor, I am here. How's it going? Let me adjust my volume just a little bit. Okay.
Think you got your mic off if you are.
Oh, yep, I probably do on Discord. I'm recording, and yes, here I am talking to
There we
myself.
go.
How's it going?
I
My,
knew you were here. You always beat me here. I'm going, no way.
I'm all
No way did
happy
I get here
recording it,
before she
talking to myself. No, just a little bit. I've been
did.
here. I've been here all morning, just hanging out. So
uh,
let's see here. Let me.
let's just get right to it. I already kind of said something about Disney.
Okay.
Dr. Swing wanted some tickers there. And
And if you guys
I actually
listening,
called this yesterday.
definitely post your tickers. I don't know if we're going to get through all of them. Post them in there. That way, it's much better for us to have the list instead of trying to go search for them in Market Talk. So inside the Lunch and Learn thread, you should be able to see that. Okay, go ahead.
I bought this yesterday. I think that it's through selling, and it's at a spot that has good risk reward. Basically, I paid just around what did I pay for it? Paid right around 81 for it, under 81, and the 52-week low was just the other day at just around 79 something. But the reason why I bought is if you go back, bring this up here. Yes. I mean, I looked at it yesterday. I didn't look at it today. I just bought it and I'm going to set and forget it. But I have a stop loss on it. Okay, yeah. If you go back to March of 2020, you had a low of 79.07. So go back almost 2.5 years is the last time it was down in this area. And then I saw it held the other day at yesterday, actually, it held at 80.56. So I went ahead and jumped in. I think it's it's such a solid company, and it's a good risk reward. I mean, if I'm going to lose, a buck and a half on it with a stop loss.
It's got me surprised we're down here. I have to be honest. My stop loss is that same, Willie. I would have to have confirmation of a close below and hold, so continuation. I do have it in long term. So I think my cost base is a little bit higher, but that 79.07 is a key level to watch. And I'm really probably looking at a weekly confirmation, not even a daily. But there is some
Yeah,
pretty decent risk to reward in here. And I think we talked about this last week, so we should probably um, just go ahead and post charts and move on to the next one because we have covered that quite a bit.
we both like it. That's the point with
Yep.
a good risk reward. Next one is GE.
I feel like GE might be ready for me to buy it. I don't know. Let's see here. Haven't looked at it. I glanced at the chart earlier, just on the daily time frame. Oh, GE was ready for me to buy it at 91.40. Ooh. So we do have a little breakout here. Looking at weekly, we have some overhead trend resistance. So let me go back to where that is. Origination is back from 2009. And then areas of confluence. So we've got July 11th, 2016 and December 2019. So I'd be looking for an overhead target up near 145-ish range. And I'm not even looking at volume, that's just straight candle structure. So let me throw the volume, the visible range volume profile on. We have a thin area of volume between 126 and 140. And so next destinations, if we go in there and hang out and don't sell back down to 113.86, then let me go ahead and throw lines in there. 181.47 would be my longer range area. I have to see where I have a 193 from a long time ago. That's an important level. I'm going to leave it there, even though it's not volume based. Okay, so I'll post this chart. I definitely missed an entry around the like 97 to $100 range. So if we do get a little just general market sell down continuation, then I'll be looking to take a back test of anywhere in there near 100.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I don't like it. I think that what you're saying, Cedar, is correct. Now's not the time to buy it. To me, it broke a trend line. Now, the trend line I drew on it is not, it's not a strong one, but it's there. I'll post it, but it broke it just the other day. I mean, it's arguable because this trend line could have been drawn differently, but I'll post it anyways. And to me, it's legit enough to where I would not buy it right here. I think it needs to fall back a little bit, but I'll post that chart here in Lunch and Learn.
All right, let's see. Next one is Rivian.
Rivian.
Yeah, last week Rivian looked a lot better than this week. No. Okay.
And it gave you an opportunity here too.
Yep.
Today would have been a buy at over 2162, 2170. That's where I would have bought it today.
So if you happen to be long,
and
oh, go ahead.
a bounce above 19s, probably around a bounce off 20, and then a breakout over 2170 or so. I mean, I think it looks like it's going to move up from here. You could buy this, try to see if it'll pull back a little bit, and like maybe if you could possibly get it around 21. Who knows if we'll get there again?
I put
But,
20.98, so I completely agree. That's a buy for me, just under 21.
Yep, and then you can set stops at just under 19.
Okay, let me see where you're coming up with 19. Oh, yep. That swing low from back in, what is that, May 2022? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also in August, end of August this year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I drew that right across. If you run off the top of that candle there on July 3rd.
Can you hear the turkeys?
The other thing I like about it, it made a higher low. Once it did bounce off that mid 19 area, it made a higher low just the other day, and it headed back up. I like this one. I don't know that I'd buy it right now because I don't like, you're not really chasing it, but it kind of feels like you do, or like you are.
Yeah, that would be something speculative, like a 1% position added to long term, and you just don't look at it again for 10 years. That's really would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
may.
if you're in it, man, it looks really good. You might even, like Cedar said, you could even add to it here if you're a long term. That would be a pretty good spot. You could add to it. I'm not gonna buy it, but what I will do is I'll watch it and see if I can get it around. If it comes back down around 2170, which isn't really that far away.
It's really
not really much of a wait. I don't know. It looks pretty good here, I guess.
Okay, I just posted my chart, so let's head back, grab the next ticker. Target. Oh, Target.
I did draw a trend line on it, and I see somewhere around 25 is another spot to watch for a breakout for Rivian.
Oh, above 25, we have some pretty good
Yep.
upside. All right. right. I'm about to stop out of my target long-term position, even though I was like, I'm putting this away for 5 to 10 years. I don't see anything that's making me happy at all about this ticker right now. So,
Which one?
target TGT.
Oh, hold on a minute. I'm gonna post this. Man, it didn't go.
So
Go ahead and talk about
yeah,
that one, and I'll
107.20 for
do
me
this here.
is if we close below 107.20 on the weekly, I will cut that loss out of my long-term portfolio and look to redeploy that capital. And I typically don't do that, but this chart looks so damn weak to me that I just don't, not a fan. They need a entirely new marketing and product development team to come in and rescue them, is all I will say.
Let me look at it myself here. I just still trying to get that chart. Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't like it at all. Trying to find a place that's going to stop. I'd set this one aside and look at it later. I don't like it at all. And Target's a well-run company, if I remember right.
Yeah, they've made some massive errors recently, massive, and misunderstanding probably who is shopping with them. I will just put that out there. I see a pretty easy run through the low volume area 91, 92 to our volume point of control all the way back from beginning of 2019 is sitting at 87.10, and I will definitely not be writing it down to there. That's some ugly business right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch it. I mean, there's a possibility it could stall around 107, 110, which is, it's almost there, between 107 and 110. But I certainly wouldn't be looking to buy it there because it looks like it could even fall
yeah.
through that.
Yeah, once we lose the 107.20 on the weekly, it's definitely out for me.
Take a look at the monthly, Cedar, and run the
It's
cursor around 107 and 110.
Yeah. And that's our highest volume area until we get to the volume point of control down at 87-ish. Yeah, ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. If you're in that one,
Yeah, that one's gonna.
I mean, I wouldn't dump it right yet because
No.
you're already there.
Yeah,
But if it gets under 1.7, I'd start looking to maybe put your money somewhere else.
September seasonality. We want to see this monthly close hold above that, and some serious just bottoming kind of like I'd probably be looking for consolidation on the weekly in the first week in October. If it continues to sell, that I can't keep that.
Yeah, you got to have patience with it if you're in it, but don't have too much patience.
Yeah, I feel like I've already given it enough patience. This is the end of my patience, right here. Like October 7th, I will be making a hard decision on that one. And it's not hard, but a hard call.
Are you in that one?
I do. I added it to long-term commons because I was like,
Oh, that's why
man.
that's why you're pretty, why your comments are pretty decisive.
Yeah, it does not get to pay. It's not paying its rent. I will put it that way. Very unhappy with that position. But it was, where it was entered, it was like, damn, they made some, key errors as far as what they were doing, as far as marketing and their stuff that they clearly did not split test with a large cross section of their clientele. I'll just put it that way. So I really thought it was going to turn around.
They were really well run for a long time.
They were really well run. So I'm not sure what happened, but I was like, dang, okay, this could be turning around. But yeah, not looking like it yet. Okay, next one.
PST.
Okay, let you go first there.
Get up first. Boy, this thing really took off and really came down hard in August.
Yeah.
Wow. From high 60s all the way down to here. In fact, it went in just a matter of days from high 60s down to it lost half its value, really. Yeah, this one here, I wouldn't touch it yet. It's still weak. It's still trending down. I mean, I didn't read any news on it. I'm sure whoever, I forgot who asked about this, but I'm sure whoever asked about this knows why it tanked. Um,
I'd be watching 2444. That's the 50
yeah,
moving average on the weekly. And if we lose that, then we head back down to 1901. I don't have a lot to say about this. I'm not really a big fan.
yeah. I mean, if you run there's on the weekly, there's something around 24.25. So that moving average you mentioned probably coincides with that in some way.
Yeah.
Um, man, I'm curious to why it got beat to hell like it did. I'll look later. I don't want to do it now, but I'll just out of curiosity, I'll look. I wouldn't touch this until it decides what it's going to do. Go higher or go lower. Right now, it's trying to decide. After it got its ass kicked like it did, I'd just wait. I'd wait and see what it's going to do and see if you can get some consolidation and some sort of a base on it. 24 high 24s is what I'd be watching right now. Needs to hold high 24s.
All right.
That's all I have for that one.
Then we've got, let's see.
Anybody else?
Somebody said, and sadly, though I might not be able to dial in, although I certainly hope to listen, for those unable to attend this live, it would be helpful to have the generous host leave a sentence or two about bullish or bearish sentiment, where they would likely enter and exit. But I don't see any tickers. I'm guessing I don't see any tickers in relation to that, so I'm guessing like general SPX type products. And I have a ton of that. I'll go ahead and just recopy the charts that I've been posting.
Yeah, I'm not, Dr. Swing, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, so I'm going to assume it's about SPY. And I talk a lot about SPY pretty much every day. I mention it pretty much all day long with levels, etc. You know, I already said earlier that it needs to hold 426.50, and that looked like a place that it would bounce earlier today, and it did. It got right to 126.63, and it did bounce. Now it's kind of deciding which way it's going to go now. If we lose 426.63, I think, if I remember right, I'd have to look, but I think I'd have to go back and look because I'm not looking at the chart right now. Let me bring it up. And the chart service, I use Yahoo when I'm just glancing at charts because I can run my cursor around on it really fast and I can draw trend lines pretty quickly on it without messing around with the other one. It's running kind of slow right now. I don't know why. Like I'm out of memory or something.
We've got a daily gap fill on SPY down to 422.82. So I'm going to post a SPY and an ES chart so you can see the similar structure. All right. And then we've got Microsoft from FAS, MSFT.
See if I can get my stuff. Hmm. In here, it looks like it's trying to find support right at 312. 3 12. On a weekly, that's what I see.
311.76. And then below that, 309.89 for me. Peek
Yeah,
at-
I drew a trend line, not a trend line, but a support line right straight across, May 1st, 2023. And yeah, I mean, we're pretty much at the same number, high 310, 311. That's what I have for support on Microsoft. Now, if I go back, that's on a weekly. If I go back to a daily, it looks trashy.
It looks terrible on daily. I'm not even going. I'm staying on weekly. We had a low volume area. We've actually put a bunch of volume in there around the 316 level. And so, yeah, 309, let's call it 310 to 311.50-ish range. I would like to see a pretty hard bounce. If not, be targeting really down to about 304, 302 to 304.
Man, Cedar, I'd even go to, just over 290. But yeah,
Oh, I've got
back
more stuff down there.
295.
Oh, that weekly candle, back from April 23. That's a whole nother conversation. That takes us to 292.10.
Yeah, and if you want to get rid of that gap, it would go all the way to 275. 275 looks pretty solid too for support if it loses that. If you're looking at the chart there, run a line straight across 275 and a half. See what I'm seeing.
All right, let's see here.
It doesn't look good.
Oh yeah, I see that wick down on the weekly at the end of April. Yep. We just didn't put in
Yeah,
a
it
lot of
needs
volume down
to.
there either.
Yeah, I mean, if it needs to bounce here or it's in trouble. Okay, do we have another one?
I'm gonna clean this chart up a little bit. I've got a bunch of stuff from earlier this year that I do not like these lines anymore. I think that might be our last one. If you guys have one more, we have actually time for about 3 more charts. If you've got them, throw them in there.
We're moving pretty fast today. Usually we don't get through this many.
We're doing the quick and dirty version.
I'm looking to see if anybody mentioned something in market talk that they want to see. I don't see anything. Actually, there's not that much action in market talk today.
All right, let me throw this out there.
I didn't finish about SPY. If we lose 426.50, the next spot I'd watch would be 421.75/422. But I've been saying SPY's weak for a week now. A week. Well, Cedar, is there anything you want to talk about? We got a couple minutes here.
All right, so I had a question about single prints. And my Discord's being super weird. It's showing D ... So if I didn't know Dr. Swing's like picture, I would have no idea that was him. So I'm kind of trying to figure out why Discord is doing that, even when I size up my window. Until I actually, yeah, even when I click on it, that's fascinating. Okay, so single prints are areas of they're magnet areas effectively. So it doesn't matter what size they are, so how wide they are. So the Spaceman, I think it's Spaceman BTC. It's the FVG indicator that I put in the trading tools section is the closest that you can come to a single print type indicator. So if they get eliminated during extended trading hours or electronic trading hours, depends on how you refer to that. So outside of regular trading hours, you have to make sure they're still marked on their chart because they're not considered resolved until they have been traded during regular trading hours, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. And the question was, some are small and some are larger zones. Using each one automatically gets charted. Yes, I use them because it helps a quick identification right as the candle's closing. And then I will leave them on my charts until they're resolved in regular trading hours. But larger doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of times a larger one will only get half filled. But like earlier today, when I said we left one damn single print down at 43.25, we had to go back and clean it up. There's some pretty strong significance of single prints, especially when you've got a range trading market like we have right now. Definitely something to dig into. And I only use them, that FEG indicator, I only mark them on the 30-minute because that is what transfers into single prints from Market Profile. I don't get caught up in any of the other, well, on daily, but 30 minutes is the lowest time frame that I'll look at that at all.
Well, Peter, I think we finished early today.
Yeah. I think we
Unless
are
somebody wants
done.
to post one more ticker.
So it looks like Discord had this. So I have it set up. So my time, I'm Mountain Standard Time. It's 10 a.m. my time, which is 12 p.m. market time. But for some reason, it's showing that it doesn't start for an hour. So this will be recorded and uploaded by the time Discord is going to tell everybody it started. So I guess that probably explains some of that. I have to figure, they change it about once a quarter where I have to really pay attention to what they're putting in hours wise. So I'm going to start just adding the actual time. Yep, we're all good. Thank you so much for hanging out, Thor. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Lunch and Learn. And we will catch you next week.
Thanks, Peter. It was fun. See you guys.
See you later.